Answer me this. If life is a game, then what level are you on currently? Be real. Is it still level 1? Still wasting your time on the side quests? For example, pretending to study or pretending to work? You are the main character, yet you're playing like an NPC in your own story. Let me tell you how I leveled up, and you can steal my framework to get those marks, those abs, and the money that you want to make. So let's get started. So, the first thing I want you to keep in your mind is daily high score, DHS. Take one particular activity in your life and try to measure it, try to track it. See what is the highest score in that area of your life. For example, for me it is studying. So what I will track is number of hours spent doing question answers or making notes. Now I know it is not the perfect metric to track because just the number of hours does not necessarily mean the quality of the output, but it is a place to get you started. Now you have started tracking your hours. Now what? See how much time you are working each day. If possible, use something like Excel sheet or Google Excel or whatever that is called to try and see the change over time. Maybe plot a graph of where you are at, where you are tomorrow, where you are the day after that. Try to note down the progress you are making. Are you just constantly working the same number of hours, or are you increasing it day by day till it is maximum, or are you having highs and lows just like so many people? Because the problem is that they cannot become consistent. One day they get motivated and do 4 hours of work, and the next day it's back down to 0. That brings the average to only 2 hours, which is not productive at all. So start with a small step. For example, the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes only. Then increase it, 25 minutes, then 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour and a half, 2 hours, and the sky is the limit. Technically not, because you only have 24 hours in the day, but if you see properly, then you will understand that you can actually try to beat your previous day's score. What I am telling is, let's say you worked 2 hours today, so your aim for tomorrow would be 2 hours and let's say 15 minutes. Then you will actually beat your previous self. You know who do these things the best? The people in the fitness community. If you go to gym and lift weights, then you are probably familiar with the fact of PR, which is personal record. That is the personal best that you have achieved. So what people do is the concept of progressive overload. First, they start with 10 kgs, then 20 kgs, then 25, then 30, then 50, for example. And that is the same trick you should apply in all aspects of your life in order to make it a game. So make sure, if you take only one single advice from this entire video, let it be this: start tracking at least one part of your life. You should start tracking, whether it's digital or you might be at level 0 with very low attention span, so you might want to start in a physical notebook. Whichever one you choose, just make sure that you start tracking. Point number 2 that I want you to keep in mind is the daily adventure. Now let's be honest, the goal mindset that I will achieve something, I will do XYZ today and this and that sounds all motivational, but it's all BS, because it just tells you that, oh, you are trying to make your work seem like a cute stuff that you want to achieve, that you want to accomplish, that you want to beat. Seems very, what I would say, high value type, but does not work. Let's be honest. If it would have worked, then you would not be sitting on YouTube right now. So instead of making tasks a chore, let's make them something actually interesting, and which is not the previous BS I talked about. So what I am referring to is the adventure mindset. Let each and every milestone that you hit be an adventure. For example, you could go on an adventure and it will be a similar to a time period of, like, say, the arc, as some people like to call it. You will go on that adventure and you will come up with a very great output that you can show for it, which basically means you went on an adventure and you found something and you brought it back. That is what I want you to keep in mind. You went on an adventure, that means you went on a journey on a time period and you found something, which means you produced something, you did something which is actually meaningful to you. For example, it might be studies or business or whatever it is, or even fitness, and you came back. So intense periods of time where you actually focus all your attention to that one particular thing, and I'll tell you why it is very efficient in that manner. If you remember a little bit of basic physics, then you will remember the first law of Newton, who said things in motion tend to stay in motion unless until acted by a force, and vice versa for the stationary objects, which is famously known as Newton's law of inertia. And that is the reason why the time period thing I told you about is actually very efficient. When you are constantly doing one thing day after day for a period of days, it builds you momentum, it builds you that inertia to keep moving forward. It's like the snowball effect. A small snowball starts rolling, nobody seems to notice it. Slowly but surely it becomes bigger, and it's suddenly bigger than you. So that is how you can use this. And the third thing that I want you to keep in your mind is the player mindset. I am assuming 101% of you have played one or more video games in your entire life. What do you do when you can't beat a boss or you can't complete a particular level of that challenge? you kill the small fries or the mini boss or complete the sub quest in order to level up and beat the main boss. It's the same with life. Understand this simple concept. If you can't do 3 hours of work, that does not mean you are not worthy and you should not do work and all of that nonsense. It means you need to start small, go back to level 1. And that is why successful people tell you over and over again that basics are the most important thing. If you can't do 3 hours of work for whatever reason, go back to 1 hour. If that's impossible, go back to 25 minutes. If that's impossible, just sit there and prepare for your work day and see how much time you can allocate to your work. Just start. It's literally similar to my catchphrase of start if you haven't already, because you just have to start something in order for it to get going. Remember the physics. And so then what is failure? I tend to view failure as the respawn point. Well, if you have played Minecraft, then you would know if the main character Steve dies, he is just respawned back to his bed. The same with you. Let's say whatever calamity or difficulty hits you in your life, then it's not like everything is devastated. You just start back at square one. You are getting respawned. You are getting another chance. Let's say your 1000 days of meditation streak breaks and you just gave up on meditation and don't want to do it anymore because it's a waste of time. Why? You have already built such a nice habit. So it's just respawning you, right? So here is the basic formula. Get addicted to the good stuff. Be consistent in them. Get the experience and rewards. Experience in the sense of game. Level up and it's back to the starting again. Once you level up, you will get even more addicted because you want to increase your level further. So that was the concept that I wanted to share. And if you are still here for the JEE journey, then here you go. So this week was a blast. From 19th, I worked a lot, excluding some days, but seriously, genuinely speaking, I worked a lot and it was just absolutely amazing to complete all of this backlog. And I completed the center of mass chapter of physics and the circles chapter of maths I was talking about previously. Finally, all these little backlogs have been over, and now in physics, I am going to start rotational motion, one of the heaviest chapters in physics till date, and it's going to be amazing. So 93, then 8 minutes. I'm still surprised that I kept the 8 minutes there, then a literal 0, then back to 1 hour and 30 minutes again, then 53 minutes, could not achieve an hour, then again a 0, then 147 minutes and 234 minutes. That is literally amazing. And I feel like only these 2 days were properly wasted, and this one also. Rest, it was so amazing. And actually on Sunday, generally what happens is I wake up at 10 a.m. and it's all like too much and too much to deal with. And what today basically happened is I woke up at 7 a.m. and worked till about 11 a.m. and then I started recording the video at 12 p.m. So that's why the background is different and all. And yeah, basically 89 pages, 88 pages, 40 pages, 63 pages. Here you can see the graph, which is basically having very spikes because of these days. And ultimately the point is that I'm increasing the graph towards a bigger value. Like the graph is just now increasing. First it decreased, then increased, then now it's increasing once again. And so I will try to keep this up. Now I know I should not overextend because otherwise I will get burnout and then I will feel like I should take days off and it will turn into a real heavy mess. So I will keep working, let's say 2-3 hours a day and grinding away till I reach a point I can work more. And it was tough, but it was kind of actually very amazing and pleasurable to just complete all of these things and get things out of my mind. And overall, if you're in the JEE journey, man, there will be ups and downs, but stick with it, it's gonna get better. See, there are 2 things that I will tell you. One, if it's already better, then it's great. And if you're at rock bottom, then it's only going to get better. So have the positive attitude and start if you haven't already.